Hello and welcome to the first video introduction for Sisir. Sisir is a tool to create strands hair specifically for characters. I'm a solo developer. I've been working on this tool for quite a while. The main idea behind this is that you can generate your guides to guide your hair using physics. So I'll demonstrate what I mean, just to import a sample mesh at this sample head here. Um, I can load the texture if I want, just visual aid to see where the hair is supposed to go. And then by um, middle mouse clicking everywhere on the mesh, a guide is generated. Now, even if nothing is happening, this guide is actually live with physics. I can change the length. I can change the span, the steps. And if I press G, the curve is relaxed with a temporary gravity is applied to it. So then I can still grab it moving around like this. And if I press G again, you can see that the curve is colliding with the mesh. Middle mouse to create another one, press G, and then I can just start placing it whatever I want. I can change the settings. I can increase the damping a little bit, make it a little less stiff so that it becomes a little bit more firm when I'm moving around. I could keep doing that. Press G, move it here, relax. And at any time I can go and change the size and the steps. And then if I press G again, this is relaxed. I can also, if I holding a point and press G, the physics is still applied. So you can see that this is, I can drag it around like this. Another thing that I can do if I want, I can just generate a bunch of curves like this. Then with shift and drag, I can select them. Now all of these are active. And if I add the physics, add the gravity, you can see that they will going to collide. But I think that uh, doing it one by one, it gives you a lot more control. Um, to select the curve, I can just hold shift and hover over it. You can see it gets highlighted. So if I click on it, it gets selected and I can select multiple curves, or I can just click and drag and select all the curves. As you can see, when I selected the curves, the physics settings get currently applied. So if I want, I can change the collision thickness, the bend stiffness, and other parameters. All the curves that are currently selected will be affected. To deselect a curve, if I hold shift and control, you can see the curve becomes blue and I can deselect it, or I can just deselect all of them like this. So let's start over. I'm just going to delete these, pressing delete key and remove the curve. Another things I can do, I can click on mirror mode here. So when I click to create a curve, a mirror version of it will be created. If I press G, both of them are going to be relaxed. Because this tool uses physics, let's say that if I press G here, the physics is applied to both curves at the same time. So if I start messing around like this, the behavior is not identical. You can see that there is some differences, and this will create some more variation. I do like that, the fact that if I start messing around like this, you can see that the curves are not identical. And that's because each curve has the physics applied. However, keep in mind that when I deselect a mirror mode created curves, the mirror is lost. So if I select this curve now and this curve, the mirroring function is no longer active. So keep in mind that the mirror editing is only valid when the curve is first created. And as soon as I deselect it, if I select it again, the mirror is no longer active. Um, Another thing that we can do is you may notice here the layers. So by default, all the curves are generated in the layer 0, but you can create a new layer and create, this is kind of hard to see. Let me change the color, maybe to green. Okay. So now these curves here are belong to this layer. And when I select all of them, the previous layer are ignored. So if I want to, I have to go back to this this layer here to select this curve, and I can create as many layers as I want. Another thing that I can do, if more than one curve is selected, let's say I select this curve, and then I click Add Layer. Now the selected curves are automatically transferred in the new layer. So if I change this to, let's say, this pink color here, you can see that these two curves are now part of this layer. You can turn on and off visibility, and if I delete the layer, obviously the curves are deleted. There is also a curve collision option that you can play around if you want. It's kind of experimental. So let's say that I create a new layer. Let's make this a bit more visible. I make a couple of curves like this. Let me just turn off. So let's say that I move this curve here and this curve here. If I turn off curve collision and I move this, you can see that it's affecting the other curve like that. Now, this mode is kind of experimental, and I'm not exactly sure the practical use for this, but if you want to play around, it's certainly an option. Um, there's also the parting tool, but this we'll look at this in a separate video. Now, you may have noticed that up here this says guides and also says hair. You can click on in here to go into the hair module and the guide module, or you can press F1 and F2 to switch between the two modules. I will talk about the hair module in the next video. So this was just focusing on the guide module. And yeah, so this is the quick introduction on how to create and edit guides in Sisir. If you want to try Sisir yourself, simply join the Discord. The link is in the description below. You can download it for free and use it as much as you want, as long as it's not for commercial use. Keep in mind that Sisir is very much a work in progress, so expect bugs, crashes, and other issues. But you can help me improve the tool by giving feedback, and also feel free to suggest more feature that you want to see implemented. So join the Discord and go download Sisir. I will see you there.